If your nervous system is really hypersensitized, then sometimes you can feel like not a ton of tools will feel like they're doing anything. Or you may feel like some tools that you have used in the past or you're trying to use now just don't quite do it for you. They don't quite soothe you, or they feel maybe they're too sophisticated. And so I wanted to offer some really basic tools. You are feeling quite hypersensitized, you can use these tools and they should really help your nervous system to regulate. One is surrendering. The best thing to do when you're feeling really hypersensitized is to totally surrender in your body and in your mind. So that means let go in your body. Just let go of all tension. Let go of anywhere you are holding. Let go of any place you are clenching or furrowing and just totally let go. I've had clients call this like a spaghetti noodle, like a limp noodle. Just completely let your body go. And sometimes that feels very uncomfortable. And so, if that feels uncomfortable, you want to really soothe yourself. Another piece of desensitization is just soothing the heck out of yourself all day, every day. Everything is okay. Everything you make okay. You just say, it's okay. It's okay. This is okay. This is normal. This is normal for the dysregulated nervous system or whatever language you want to use, the limbic system, or this is normal for what my nervous system and body and brain are going through right now. This is all normal. And just keep saying it over and over again, even if you don't believe it. That's key here. Even if you don't believe it, you still say it, because when you interrupt thoughts that you would like, let's say you are repeating thoughts over and over again, like, it's okay, this is normal. It's okay, this is normal. I am safe. You are interrupting thoughts that normally would be coming in, which would be the thoughts of like, check the body, be scared, fear. Instead, you're saying, it's okay, this is normal. It's all right. This is normal. And say it in that voice, in like a sweet voice to yourself. You can hug yourself, hold yourself, put your hand on your heart, rub your arms up and down the opposite arm. That's called havening. And you just kind of rub your hands up and down. That's very soothing. Um, think of soothing activities that have felt soothing for you in the past. So, having a person massage your feet, massaging your own feet, taking rest periods where you just lay there and listen to a comedian or listen to your favorite music. You can take a shower, a bath, or none of the above. Maybe your nervous system isn't really letting you do any of that right now. That's okay too. So maybe you color, or you make jewelry, or you text with a friend, but you want some form of distraction, but it doesn't necessarily need to be like the typical forms of distraction that you hear about in the brain retraining community. Like, come up with your own. There's no right or wrong here. You do what feels good to you, what resonates with you. It could be picking colors in your room and just saying green lamp, red desk, white ceiling. You could count backwards from 100 by 3, 100, 97, 94, 91, and just go through. And then once you're done with that, you go from 100 and you subtract by 6 this time. You can also do like multiplication or addition in your head. That has helped me a lot with looping thoughts and rumination. You can, I would actually, if you can, listen to music all day long. It's one of the easiest forms of helping your nervous system relax, and you don't have to do a single thing to attain it. It's just listening. That's really wonderful. If you like meditation or visualization, you could look up a guided meditation, guided visualization. I think the guided is really good when you're feeling like you're in a sensitized place because then you're not having to do the work. Take the work off of yourself. Remember, you're making everything okay. You're making everything easy for yourself. You're making everything simple. Nothing needs to be complicated right now. Simplify everything. If you don't feel like going to the store, then order online and pick it up or have it delivered. If you don't feel like going out to that event you were invited to, just say, "Hey, sorry, I can't make it tonight." And then tell yourself, "It's okay that I canceled. It is safe to cancel plans. I need to prioritize myself right now." Or maybe you want to go to that event. Then you do that. You want to base your decisions when you're feeling quite hypersensitized on authenticity and just follow your authenticity and let it be okay that you aren't going out and doing the things that maybe feel a bit overwhelming right now. When I have been hypersensitized in the past, it felt overstimulating to be in a group of people where I would have to have in depth conversations. So I didn't do that for a while. And then I went back to it when I didn't feel hypersensitized. I think there's this perception that if you don't continue to do the things that challenge you, that you will lose them forever. But that's not true. When something challenges you, when your nervous system is in a particularly hypersensitized state, and you stop doing that thing for a while, your nervous system can desensitize a bit. Then it feels easier to go and do that thing. That's how that works. And if you think about that, you think about the science of that, that makes sense. Okay. So, what else can you do to desensitize your nervous system when it's hypersensitized? You can say, "Oh, that thing? That's no big deal. Oh, that thing? I don't care about that." You can say to symptoms, "We don't do that anymore." "Oh, we just don't do that anymore." "Nope, we don't do that anymore." You can try those in different circumstances, in different situations, and see how they work. And if they don't work, that's fine. You don't use them. But a lot of times they do work. Feels really good to just be like, "Oh, that? Oh, that's no big deal. Who cares about that? Oh, that thing that I'm ruminating on in my head? Who cares? It's not a big deal." You want to use a lot of affirmations, a lot of, "Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm strong and confident. I am amazing. I am already healing." Or you can say, "I am already healed. That's happening for me." Or "It's already happened for me. I am strong and powerful and resilient." And now, on the subject of elevating mood, now mood elevation is great when the nervous system is sensitized because we are giving the nervous system the exact opposite of what it is experiencing and of what it is creating. However, we don't want to force those emotions because it can feel very inauthentic and can be triggering to some people. If it doesn't feel triggering to you and it actually feels good, then go ahead. Start saying, "I am happy. I am joyful. I feel amazing. I am healing," or "I am healed. I am so proud of myself. Yes, I'm doing it. It's so easy. This is so easy. No big deal." You can do that. But if that's triggering to you, then instead use something like a more neutral statement, like the "It's okay. This is normal." There really is no right or wrong. Do we eventually want to be able to feel that feel good chemistry? Sure. It would be great to eventually be able to connect with that feel good chemistry. But if it's triggering you and you hate it, then you don't have to. I also think what's really helpful when the nervous system is feeling very sensitized is to label your emotions and validate them. But also, you don't have to do that either. That's optional. I just find that it takes a lot of the emotion that the nervous system is feeling and decreases it to where it's just lightening the load on the nervous system, right? The stress load and the emotional load. So it unburdens the nervous system, brain, and body when you do that and you release those emotions. Remember that when you are labeling for that part of yourself, for the part that is scared and fearful. In that way, you create some space between yourself and those emotions, and you make it known that those emotions are not yours. If that confuses you at all, listen to the video on labeling emotions. That will help you to understand exactly how to do it to unburden the nervous system from all the emotion it is experiencing. It can also help to do puzzles, to play little games, to be out in nature and ground yourself to the earth. It can help to pray if you have any spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs. It can help to just sit and bask in the sunlight if you can, even if it's cold out, just for a few minutes. It can help to get out and move your body a little bit if you're able to. And if not, that's fine. You see, all of these suggestions that I am giving you all regulate the nervous system. So you don't have to do every single one of these. You don't have to do any one of them in particular. You just want to do any of them that feel good to you. And when you do those with consistency, then the nervous system has to regulate. So you could just choose 3 or 4 of the suggestions I gave, and the nervous system will begin to feel calmer and will begin to regulate more. But if you put pressure on yourself to do things perfectly, or I have to do these specific tools or use these specific tools, I have to do this specific modality of healing. No, you do not. All of these tools affect the nervous system in similar ways. You do not have to do visualization. You do not have to do meditation. In fact, if you're forcing yourself, then you're just adding more dysregulation to the nervous system. Don't force, use authenticity. You could honestly go outside and pick flowers. And that if that's all you do, and you do it all day and you're smiling and saying affirmations to yourself, that will regulate the nervous system. You do not have to do anything in particular. Some of these suggestions, if you wanted to do a few of them, will absolutely help. And just surrender to the experience. Know the science behind sensitization and desensitization. All you're doing is reducing the stress load on the nervous system. When you do that, the nervous system has to desensitize. It has to. It has no choice. And remember, you have the power in your own hands. 100%. You have the power. You have the power of choice. You get to choose whether or not you listen to those negative thoughts. And when you hear those negative thoughts, you say, "Oh, you poor thing. You're feeling negative thoughts again. I'm so sorry you're feeling that. That must feel terrible." And then you say, "You know what? I'm going to count all the green things in this room," or "I'm going to say this affirmation over and over again." And remember, it's hard in the beginning, but it gets easier. Each day it gets a little bit easier. The nervous system listens a little bit more. The nervous system is so pattern oriented. It's going to do whatever pattern you're feeding it, it's going to use that pattern. So just keep feeding it and stick yourself right down into the science and use the science of all of this to help give you the motivation to keep going forward. Okay? I really hope that helps you.